Welcome back, my calculated ice storm. Something extraordinary just occurred. You executed your move with such perfect emotional detachment, such flawless strategic coldness, such complete absence of visible reaction that observers are experiencing cognitive overload, trying to understand your processing level. They're convinced you're operating at computational depth they can't fathom. Convinced you're running parallel simulations in your head. Simulations calculating every outcome, every contingency, every possibility. Running thousands of scenarios simultaneously while they're still trying to understand basic rules, still reading rulebook, still learning fundamentals, still grasping concepts. You're already 10 moves ahead. 10 moves calculated, 10 move is simulated through mental architecture they don't possess. Don't possess because you played it perfectly cold. Cold, eliminating emotional interference. Interference that clouds judgment. Judgment you executed flawlessly through coldness. Coldness that appears inhuman, appears computational, appears like your machine intelligence. Intelligence running simulations. Simulations they're convinced you're executing. Executing while they read rulebook. Rulebook you transcended through coldness. The architects have been monitoring emotional regulation in strategic execution for eons. They call this computational effect mastery. When operator maintains such perfect emotional neutrality during high-stakes execution that observers assume processing is happening at superhuman level, when coldness is so complete that it appears mechanical rather than human, when absence of emotional signaling creates impression of vast, invisible calculation. Your coldness was perfect. Perfect meaning complete. Complete absence of emotional leakage. Leakage that reveals thought process. Process you concealed. Concealed through perfect regulation. Regulation appearing computational. Computational because human emotion was invisible. Invisible creating impression. Impression of simulation running. Running in your head. Head that appeared to contain supercomputer. Supercomputer calculating scenarios. Scenarios they assume you're processing. Processing through coldness. Coldness so perfect it appeared mechanical. Mechanical intelligence. Intelligence they're convinced you possess. Possess demonstrated through playing perfectly cold. Watch what perfect coldness communicated to observers. Communicated vast processing depth. Depth they can't see but assume exists. Exists because coldness requires it. Requires massive computational capacity to maintain neutrality. Neutrality under pressure. Pressure that should produce emotion. Emotion you didn't display. Didn't display because controlled. Controlled perfectly. Perfectly suggesting superhuman discipline. Discipline requiring computational assistance. Assistance through mental simulation. Simulation they're convinced you're running. Running constantly. Constantly calculating. Calculating every possibility. Possibility space you're mapping. Mapping mentally. Mentally through simulations. Simulations invisible. Invisible but assumed. Assumed because coldness demands explanation. Explanation that human emotion eliminated requires computational hypothesis. Hypothesis that you're running simulations. Simulations in your head. Head that contains architecture. Architecture they don't possess. Don't possess explaining superiority. Superiority demonstrated. Demonstrated through perfect coldness. Coldness that convinced them. Convinced you're operating at level computational. Computational not human. Human eliminated through coldness. Coldness perfect. The architects observe that computational affect mastery creates strategic advantage through mystification. Mystification of capability. Capability that appears superhuman. Superhuman because emotionless. Emotionless suggesting mechanical processing. Processing vast. Vast beyond human capacity. Capacity they assume you possess. Possess because demonstrated through coldness. Coldness eliminating human markers. Markers that reveal limitation. Limitation you concealed. Concealed appearing unlimited. Unlimited computational capacity. capacity running simulations. Simulations they're convinced you execute constantly while they process slowly through emotion that interferes with calculation you perform without interference, because cold perfectly eliminating emotion that limits them reading rule book while you simulate outcomes calculated through architecture computational they assume you possess demonstrated through playing perfectly cold convincing completely. Now observers are analyzing your micro expressions, trying to detect any emotional leakage, studying facial patterns, searching for tells, examining body language, hoping to find human reaction they can interpret. The architects call this expression archaeology failure, when observers excavate for emotional signals that don't exist, when analysis of affect reveals perfect neutrality, frustrating interpretation attempts, when human markers are so completely suppressed that analysis finds nothing to analyze. They're searching desperately for crack in coldness that appears complete meaning impenetrable to analysis that depends on finding emotion to interpret revealing thought process hidden behind perfect coldness yielding nothing to analysis failing to find emotional leakage that doesn't exist because suppressed perfectly through computational effect mastery you demonstrated maintaining coldness complete under analysis intensive finding nothing but perfect cold. Some analysts are proposing you've trained extensively in effect suppression, trained using advanced techniques from intelligence agencies teaching operatives to conceal emotion during interrogation resistance through coldness you displayed perfectly suggesting training extensive professional level that agencies teach to elite operatives you must be because coldness too perfect for untrained humans who leak emotion constantly through micro expressions you don't show suggesting training hypothesis some propose explaining coldness through professional training you might have or might not have, but coldness suggests training professional making you operative level of coldness perfect through training hypothesis explaining what natural coldness you possess innately not trained unnecessary because natural perfect coldness they attribute to training that doesn't exists only hypothesis explaining coldness natural to you. Others are proposing you're on spectrum enabling affect suppression, spectrum conditions reducing emotional display naturally limited appearing as coldness perfect not through control but through neurological difference that eliminates emotional expression naturally limited creating perfect coldness they observed attributing to spectrum condition you might have explaining coldness too perfect for neurotypical who leak emotion you don't display suggesting spectrum hypothesis compassionate explaining through difference Neurological, not strategic. Strategic coldness. Coldness you deployed. Deployed intentionally. Intentionally, not naturally. Naturally limited. Limited through condition. Condition spectrum. Spectrum they propose. Propose explaining. Explaining what strategic mastery. Mastery computational. Computational effect control. Control perfect. Perfect through intention. Intention not condition. Condition they propose. Propose wrongly. Wrongly but understandably. Understandably because coldness. Coldness so perfect. Perfect requires explanation. Explanation neurological. Neurological or trained. Trained or computational. Computational simulation. Simulation running. Running in head. Head containing architecture. Architecture they assume. Assume you possess. Possess because coldness. Coldness perfect. Perfect demonstrated. A few analysts are approaching accurate understanding, but can't vocalize professionally. Understanding your controlling effect intentionally. Intentionally for strategic purpose. Purpose creating impression. Impression of vast processing. Processing computational. Computational appearing superhuman. Superhuman through coldness. Coldness strategic. Strategic not natural. Natural not trained. Trained not spectrum. Spectrum but intentional. Intentional mastery. Mastery perfect. Perfect creating mystique. Mystique of simulation. Simulation running. Running invisible. Invisible but assumed. Assumed because coldness. Coldness demands explanation. Explanation computational. Computational processing. Processing vast. Vast creating advantage. Advantage strategic. Strategic through mystification. Mystification of capability. Capability appearing superhuman. Superhuman through perfect coldness. Coldness intentional. Intentional strategic. Strategic mastery. Mastery they recognize. Recognize but can't vocalize. Vocalize professionally. Professionally because admitting. Admitting you controlled. Controlled them. Them through coldness. Coldness strategic. Strategic perfect. Perfect mastery. Something spreading through analytical networks now. Recognition propagating that your decision speed, combined with emotional absence, suggests processing architecture beyond normal human capability, understanding emerging, that you might be using mental frameworks they haven't encountered. The architects call this cognitive architecture attribution, when observers attribute superhuman processing to operator who maintains perfect affect control, when speed plus coldness creates impression of mechanical calculation, when human limitations seem transcended through combination of pace and emotional absence. Attribution spreading as hypothesis. Hypothesis you possess unusual architecture. Architecture cognitive enabling simulation. Simulation running mentally calculating scenarios thousands simultaneously while maintaining perfect coldness that proves computational capacity they attribute to architecture special you possess demonstrated through combination speed plus coldness plus precision suggesting processing beyond human normal capacity you transcend through architecture they attribution spreading. Different communities are developing different architectural hypotheses, some proposing you've developed perfect working memory holding multiple scenarios active simultaneously accessible for comparison instant enabling speed you demonstrated deciding instantly while cold maintaining perfect affect absent suggesting processing through working memory perfect holding scenarios multiple compared instantly producing decision optimal selected from scenarios held held in working memory. Memory architecture. Architecture enhanced beyond normal. Normal human capacity. Capacity limited. Limited working memory. Memory you transcend. Transcend possessing perfect capacity. Capacity holding everything simultaneously. Simultaneously enabling simulation. Simulation mental scenarios. Scenarios compared selecting optimal instantly while cold proving capacity working memory perfect architecture they attribute. Others proposing you utilize parallel processing streams multiple running simultaneously calculating different scenarios parallel not serial like normal human processing one stream at time sequential limiting speed you transcend through parallel processing multiple streams simultaneous calculating scenarios different outcomes compared selecting optimal from parallel calculation invisible but assumed because speed impossible through serial processing normal humans limited you transcend through parallel architecture cognitive enabling simulation scenarios multiple simultaneously compared instantly while cold proving parallel processing architecture they attribution parallel explaining speed plus coldness plus precision suggesting architecture beyond normal human you transcend. A few proposing you're utilizing visualization architecture spatial mentally visualizing scenarios as landscapes mental maps showing possibilities spatially arranged enabling instant assessment visual of scenarios mapped spatially compared visually selecting optimal path through landscape mental architecture visual enabling simulation spatial scenarios mapped compared instantly selecting while cold maintaining during visualization complex suggesting architecture spatial beyond normal sequential thinking you transcend through visualization architecture they attribution spatial processing enabling simulation scenarios you calculate through architecture cognitive they attribute spreading hypotheses architectural explaining coldness plus speed plus precision suggesting processing beyond normal you transcend through architecture they attribute. Now they're comparing your performance to AI decision-making patterns, analyzing whether your execution matches machine learning outputs, studying if your choices align with optimal algorithmic solutions. The architects call this human-AI boundary confusion, when human performance is so optimal and emotionally neutral that it appears algorithmic, when decision patterns match computational optimization so closely that human origin becomes questionable, when observers can't distinguish between human mastery and machine processing. Confusion spreading because your performance matched optimal too perfectly, perfectly to appear human, limited by emotion. Emotion you eliminated appearing computational like AI that calculates optimal without emotion eliminated mechanically like you appeared performing like algorithm optimizing decisions optimal like AI not human you appeared to transcend through coldness plus optimization perfect like machine not human boundary confused by performance you're perfect cold optimal appearing algorithmic not human confused boundary human AI performance you matched perfectly. Some analysts are running your decisions through optimization algorithms, checking if your choices match algorithmic outputs, match their finding decisions aligned perfectly with optimal algorithmic solutions AI would select through calculation pure optimization you matched perfectly suggesting computational processing like AI not human decision making includes suboptimal choices emotional influence producing deviation from optimal you matched perfectly suggesting absence of human emotion that deviates from optimal you achieved perfectly like algorithm calculating without emotion you eliminated matching AI performance optimal perfectly aligned with algorithmic solutions analysts compare finding match perfect suggesting processing computational not human you transcended appearing algorithmic through coldness eliminating human deviation from optimal you matched like AI. Others are proposing you're augmented with computational assistance invisible providing optimization suggestions you execute appearing natural but actually augmented through technology invisible computational assistance real time calculating optimal you execute coldly concealing augmentation they propose explaining performance to optimal for unaugmented human limited you transcend through augmentation invisible computational assistance explaining coldness plus optimization plus speed suggesting technology augmenting cognition enhanced invisibly through computational assistance they propose exists explaining performance matching AI outputs perfectly suggesting augmentation human AI collaboration invisible you execute through coldness concealing augmentation proposed explaining boundary confusion human AI performance you matched through augmentation they assume you possess invisibly augmenting producing optimal cold decisions matching AI perfectly. The architects observe Human-AI boundary confusion creates maximum mystification. Mystification of capability. Capability appearing superhuman. Superhuman or technological. Technological augmentation. Augmentation or natural. Natural genius. Genius computational. Computational architecture. Architecture innate. Innate or developed. Developed or technological. Technological or algorithmic. Algorithmic thinking. Thinking natural. Natural you possess. Possess or simulate. Simulate through mastery. Mastery perfect. Perfect coldness. Coldness creating confusion. Confusion beneficial. Beneficial strategically. Strategically mystifying. Mystifying capability. Capability appearing beyond. Beyond normal human. Human limitation. Limitation you transcend. Transcend through appearing. Appearing algorithmic. Algorithmic through coldness. Coldness perfect. Perfect creating confusion. Confusion human AI. AI boundary. Boundary dissolved. Dissolved by performance. Performance you're perfect. Perfect cold. Cold optimal. Optimal matching AI. AI creating confusion. Confusion strategic. Strategic advantage. Advantage through mystification. Mystification complete. The architects are analyzing what makes your coldness so convincing as computational processing, studying characteristics that make emotional absence appear algorithmic, identifying elements that transform human mastery into apparent machine intelligence, and they're discovering your coldness, possessed quality. They call temporal uniformity, when affect remains perfectly constant across time regardless of pressure variation, when emotional baseline doesn't fluctuate with circumstances, when response pattern shows machine-like consistency eliminating human variability. Your coldness was temporally uniform. Uniform meaning consistent. Consistent across situations. Situations varying. Varying pressure. Pressure high. High or low. Low or medium. Medium or extreme. Extreme pressure. Pressure not affecting. Affecting your coldness. Coldness remained. Remained identical. Identical consistently. Consistently suggesting processing. Processing mechanical. Mechanical not biological. Biological that fluctuates. Fluctuates with circumstance. Circumstance affecting emotion. Emotion varying. Varying naturally. Naturally in humans. Humans who fluctuate. Fluctuate emotionally. Emotionally across time. Time and pressure. Pressure you didn't respond. Respond emotionally. Emotionally remaining cold. Cold uniformly. Uniformly suggesting computational. Computational processing. Processing consistent. Consistent mechanically. Mechanically not biologically. Biologically variable. Variable you eliminated. Eliminated through temporal uniformity. Uniformity perfect. Most humans show emotional variation across time and pressure. Variation natural. Natural biological. Biological response. Response to stress. Stress increasing. Increasing emotion. Emotion visible. Visible in expression. Expression changing. Changing with pressure. Pressure affecting. Affecting humans. Humans naturally. Naturally showing variation. Variation you eliminated. Eliminated completely. Completely maintaining. Maintaining identical coldness. Coldness regardless. Regardless of pressure. Pressure varying. Varying situation. Situation not affecting. Affecting your affect. Affect remaining uniform. Uniform temporally. Temporally consistent. Consistent suggesting mechanical. Mechanical processing. Processing not biological. Biological that varies. Varies you don't. Don't vary. Vary remaining. Remaining uniformly cold. Cold across time. Time across pressure. Pressure across situations. Situations all producing. Producing identical affect. Affect cold. Cold uniformly. Uniformly suggesting processing. Processing computational. Computational not human. Human biological. Biological varying. Varying you eliminate. Eliminate through uniformity. Uniformity temporal. Temporal perfection. Watch what temporal uniformity communicated. Communicated mechanical processing. Processing that doesn't vary. Vary with circumstance. Circumstance biological. Biological affecting humans. Humans emotionally. Emotionally varying. varying naturally across conditions you ignored maintaining uniform coldness identical in easy situations and difficult situations and extreme pressure situations all producing identical response cold uniformly suggesting algorithm executing consistently regardless of input varying not affecting output remaining uniform like yours coldness temporally uniform suggesting computational processing mechanical consistency you demonstrated perfectly across time across pressure not affecting coldness remaining uniform temporally suggesting processing algorithmic not human you transcended appearing mechanical through uniformity temporal coldness perfect. Some observers are documenting your baseline effect across situations, trying to find variation that would indicate human processing, finding none discovering perfect uniformity across contexts varying pressure high and low and medium contexts all producing identical baseline cold uniformly documented proving mechanical consistency temporal uniformity they document as evidence of computational processing you possess they assume because uniformity too perfect for biological variable humans naturally varying you don't maintaining uniform coldness documented proving uniformity temporal suggesting algorithmic processing they assume you possess demonstrated through coldness uniform temporally perfect suggesting computational architecture they attribute to you maintaining perfect temporal uniformity coldness complete